What's going on, guys? This is Restless Corpse.
And this is Providence.
This is episode 17 of VirtualBromance Live.
It is.
Which I think is pretty alright, I suppose. We're going to be talking about some stuff. I think you have some stuff to talk about, right?
I got a couple of things.
Right. I only have really one thing.
Not like an epic amount of things, but I got a couple of things.
Alright, cool.
I mean, things.
Alright.
I watched today. I watched a video that a guy put up. I think he was a playtester of the menu interface for the Xbox One.
So you get to play the menu.
Well, he actually he showed.
He's not like
he went through to show like what the menu layout was and how it was functioning. Which
does it look cool? Or does it look like smart glass?
It looks like smart glass, or it looks like the Windows.
Where'd you put the beers?
In the drawer. Windows 8. It looks a lot like that.
Yeah.
It's a very seriously like grid system. Lots of green boxes, which I don't know. It looks like they've put everything, all the different sections of the console sections. All on the one main page.
That's the way it used to be.
Yeah. So rather than having to like really
before
shift
the NXE.
Though what I also think that it does it reminds me a lot of the way that the PlayStation the Sony's the PlayStation
those Sonys.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of the way the PlayStation Store is set up, where it's like a full screen of different icons. And then as you move off to the side, it sort of rolls over and adds more things, and then you get, like different ads.
So they totally copied PSN?
Yeah, similar to that, yeah. But made it green, which
cool.
Great. I mean, if you're into green. And then he played a bit of the
we're into vampires.
We are into vampires. We're totally into vampires. The guy played a little bit of the Rise demo. Because he showed that there was something like 5 or 6 playable game demos that were on the console, but he said that most of them hadn't gone live yet. So while they were listed in the game menu, they weren't active yet, and he couldn't play them. Because I would assume that those demos are hosted from their servers, their cloud servers.
Yeah.
So they're listed there mostly for the playtesters to just know what they're going to be providing.
Word. Is that all he did, was stick around on the menu and play Rise?
Yes. Yeah, that's all he did. Sorry, I heard that door open. I'm waiting for a kid to appear. It'll happen. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not groundbreaking or earth-shattering or amazingly different from what it already is. It's and obviously the setup at launch will be pretty basic, and there'll be tweaks and adjustments that'll happen over the subsequent couple of months as they get user feedback and whatnot. He talked about
That's weird. I wouldn't talk about that.
He talk about yes. He talk about controller. Say good. He was kind of He said it was good. He said that it was a lot more comfortable in his hands than the 360 controller, which,
as this guy right here.
I mean, as
I don't know, that's pretty comfortable.
Right. Now, I mean, it looks to be that it's about the same, but like the trigger buttons stick out a lot further, so it makes it's more. Does that
mean that they are a longer pull?
Possibly.
That's annoying.
Right. Possibly. And but otherwise, you said just in general, like the shape along the back and stuff, it seemed to be a lot more comfortable in his hands. From his experience thus far, I'm a little curious about the weight on the controller. I know that they've said that it's lighter than this.
Oh, it's lighter?
I think so. I think that's what they said, but that doesn't mean that that's actually the case. It's got the built-in rechargeable, so I would assume that that's going to be at least some portion of weight.
Wait, so you can't just use batteries?
I don't think so, no. Like
All
with the PlayStation
Whatever.
controllers, you haven't been
Yeah,
able to use
I
batteries.
suppose.
So.
And I would assume you could just plug it in. And...
Yeah, I would assume the same. Well, it looks pretty good. That was an interesting video, I suppose. Just to see it function.
Because I haven't. Have you seen any new news on the PS4?
No.
Are they just not pumping news out, or we're just not seeing it?
I tend to follow things pretty regularly, and I haven't seen any real big news articles about any game releases or anything like that. I mean, I did see some stuff for Infamous Second Son.
Right.
They showed all of the bonus pre-order content, alternate costumes. I saw some designs on all of those, which...
Is there anything awesome?
No. No, they all look like just varying degrees of hipster punk rocker outfits, because that's what the character looks like.
Yeah.
So, how many different denim vests can you put on a guy before it's like, okay, dude, I get it, he wears a vest,
Right.
How do you vests, I guess, is really what it
How
comes
do you
down.
vest?
Yeah, that's I'll get to that later. That's a new Krieg skin in Borderlands 2. It's called How Do I Vests. But yeah, I haven't seen very much at all for the PS4, and obviously I'm curious about that. I mean, is it because there isn't news, or is it because they're just playing it close to the vest?
They're probably
vests.
I think that might actually be it.
Yeah.
Because I don't really look for a whole lot of Xbox news either, but on accident sometimes I find some.
Yeah.
And I don't even accidentally find any PS4 news.
Right.
So they might have taken their victory from E3 and then decided to do it the way they did the PS3 and just not tell anybody anything, and that's going to screw them over like it did the first time.
I don't know. I know that I just saw an article that was saying that starting... Well, they did officially give a release date for the Xbox One, which is like November 22nd, 23rd, something like that.
Yeah, and the PS4 is earlier.
Is it? Okay, probably like a week earlier or whatever. But I did see an article just before we came in to do the show that they're gonna...
What are you talking about? We're always here.
That's what I'm saying.
This is where we live.
When I was
on this couch.
when I was in the
doing this show.
Right. Now, I saw an article that was saying that starting next week they will have you'll be able to play game demos on the Xbox One in retail locations. So they'll have functioning demo boxes at retail, like at GameStops and shit like that, starting next week, which is fairly early, given that it's almost 2 months away.
Right.
But that's cool. People really get to... Yo, what up?
What's up, man?
I don't know if you noticed, but well, thanks for checking. Thanks for responding to the Steam event invite once again. And because of your expedient Steam response, I did in fact set you up as Player of the Week for the Steam group.
Oh, nice.
Because
congratulations, bro.
Because why the hell not? I mean, I'm not going to give it to you.
Why not? I play games.
No, you play game.
I play it a lot.
You play a lot.
I'm the best person in the Steam group.
At that game?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I think there's maybe, is Nick in the Steam group?
I think so.
Okay, I'm higher level than him. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So, so they'll have those playable consoles out there for, toying with. That's pretty great.
Are they only going to have the Rise demo?
No, I assume they're going to have a couple of game demos. I would say that it's very likely that the game demos that they're going to have are all of the game demos that this guy had on the menu.
So they're going to rise to the occasion.
They are going to take their vest off and rise to the occasion. Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, it is so lonely in there. Where is everybody?
I don't know, man. It doesn't matter.
Ronry? It's Ronly. He's so Ronry. We're seeing a lot of really, really great Dragon Age Inquisition news coming out, though, over the last 2 weeks.
I haven't seen any new stuff other than that video that we watched last week.
Well, they've sort of done some interviews following that video, talking about things like, rather than, a lot of people were getting the impression that it was going to be open world, traveling between cities and such, and they're saying that it's not exactly open world. It's more, it's still like,
Is
Dragon
it like
Age.
Origins?
Yeah, it's more like Dragon Age Origins, where you're traveling around on a map, but
right.
The locations are all.
And then you get waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Probably, yeah. But all of the destinations are immense.
That's Baldur's
scale
Gate, by the
wise.
way.
What?
The waylaid thing.
Oh,
That's what it says in Baldur's Gate.
they actually referenced. They said that that it's going to be more similar to Dragon Age Origins and Baldur's Gate, were the two games that they referenced.
Titties.
And they I don't know if we talked about the fact that they're bringing back the tactical camera for not just the PC version like they did with Origins, but for all of the versions of the game, and it's an improved tactical camera,
Right, which I'm
that's
excited
the
about.
top-down view,
Yeah. Where you can pause it and issue commands.
Yeah, and they said that the interface is going to be more detailed, more extensive to really. I can't think of the good word, to really enhance your ability to use that tactical camera.
It's an alright word.
Yeah, I think that describes what I was going for. But yeah, so I think they compared what was it? I think they compared the scale of most of the maps to like the entire city of Kirkwall. So,
So each map?
yeah.
Okay. Not,
Word. Steam
Yeah.
trading cards are important. Yeah.
I suppose.
But yeah, everything I've seen, each new thing that they leak out or talk about or put in a video for Dragon Age Inquisition makes me more excited for the game.
Is every dungeon going to be the same dungeon, but with things put in doors so you can't go through?
Yeah, like looks like someone
rock.
poured concrete in the door. It looks like you walked into Chris Elliott's bedroom and get a life.
Yes.
Wow, I feel old making that joke. Nobody's going to know what I'm talking about.
Well, we're old. So.
It's okay.
Speaking of getting older.
I know.
All right, I won't even say it then.
Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow. Yeah, no one does expect the Spanish Inquisition. What up? Yeah. Yeah, and since Gemma's in the chat, she could probably know that where she is right now in the world, in the future. It is the birthday of a certain awesome guy. Well, two of the awesomest guys I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the same band.
Yeah, I know.
Ridiculous.
I know. Yeah. Yep, it's David's birthday there tomorrow here, and it's also Dan Clark's birthday.
Right.
So, again, two of the coolest guys I know, and that happen to be in the best band ever.
The best band.
The best band ever.
It's the best band.
The last guys in the best band. So...
X-Man?
Yeah, what else? I try to do my homework, and review things.
I think I'm gonna do some blow off a stripper's ass tomorrow.
For your birthday?
Yeah.
You have fun with that.
I'm probably not gonna do that.
No, I doubt you're gonna do that.
It costs too much.
True. Shit. I feel like there was more news I wanted to talk about. Well, tell me about Grand Theft Auto.
Well, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about it. I was just gonna tell you about how it's coming out tomorrow.
Oh yeah, what about it?
And I'm gonna do the midnight release. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna tear myself away from Final Fantasy XIV.
So you're gonna go buy it at midnight and then come home and keep playing Final Fantasy?
Probably.
We did. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the Borderlands thing.
I heard you in there being like, "Hello, can you hear me?"
It's because my headset is dying. My headset.
It sounded like you were doing a very exciting part.
Yeah.
You were doing the Verizon commercial.
Can you hear me now? Good. Yeah, we played. It was Gearbox had their community thing, Gearbox Community Day or whatever yesterday.
Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
Where they were
Did
talking.
you play with any of them?
No.
Oh.
I played with Gemma. But they talked a lot. I guess they did a live streaming, a bunch of live streaming panels and stuff on Twitch, and then they talked about the next DLC pack that's coming out, which I'm blanking on the name of, but I'm sure that Gemma's gonna say it when she hears me waiting for her to say it, because I need her in the chat to cue in and say, "Oh, the next DLC is this," but she's failing miserably.
There's a delay, man.
So they added a couple things.
You should probably type it up a book
For Community Day, for the community thing, where they added a new head and skin for each the Halloween thing, yeah, for each character. So all of the heads and skins, yeah, that's a great title for it. All of
totally
the heads
could be the title, knowing them too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading about the Humble Bundle. Okay, they've added new skins for a new head and a new skin for each of the character classes.
The coolest heads and skins. 'Cause you told me something.
They're all Western themed,
which is fucking cool.
all of them are. And I thought they were going to be released in shift codes. They were originally given out in like premium shift codes, I believe, that you got for like paying for something or whatever, and they gave it to you. They made those heads and skins available as random drops that only appear if you play on normal difficulty and you go through the very first section of the game, from Claptrap's like bunker where he gets his eye ripped out to up to Knuckle Dragger. So TK Baja's Bloody Harvest is what it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's exciting. It's TK Baja. How can you not be excited?
behind.
Yeah, you are. So we went through and we farmed that area, which was ridiculous. You know, we were racing to see who could get like to the ledge first to be able to one-shot Knuckle Dragger first. I was really, really good at it. She was less good at it.
Less good.
But we went through. I think that in that little stretch where they were like having these item drops, in that one little stretch, I think that on average we were getting two drops per run.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know if they're continuing to run that random drop, or if they're just not available. Like maybe they made them just available yesterday and now they're not there today. I don't know. They didn't really specify. But we went through and we got all of them.
All of them?
Right, but you have to, like, you go through it, and when you get the item, you have to use it right away, because if you quit out and reload your save, it's not in your inventory anymore if you haven't used it.
To stop duping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's also a bunch of new vehicle skins that drop pretty regularly in there as well.
Does it make your runner look like a horse? Because that'd be fucking badass.
No, there were some pretty like standard. Like, I think that the vehicle skins, as cool as they are, at a certain point, like they all look really samey. But
and being, if it was a Western theme, they'd just be like brown.
Right. Right. I think they added a brown one, honestly. But
does it have like frayed leather hanging off the sides?
Fringe? That'd be great.
Fringe and like saddlebags and shit.
The detailing on Zero's character skin is what? You made him be really worried. I'm like, did I put your food on my face? No, the Zero skin, which was one of the last ones we got to drop, is amazingly detailed.
Really?
It's really, really fantastic. But
do any of them have cowboy hats?
Yes, they all. Not all, but some have cowboy hats.
Just get.
Yes.
Just continue. It's fine.
Yes. I'm trying to think here. I know that Krieg has a cowboy hat with a bandana tied across his face. Nice. I know that Zero has like a flat brim, like priest hat, with a big mustache on his face.
Nice. That'd be cooler if it was just like the holographic mustache, like when he's getting raised.
It's a robot one, dude. It's a robot. It's pretty crazy.
I suppose that's all right.
I'm trying to think. I know that
I said getting raised, like I'm playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah. The Krieg skin paints a vest on him, a vest and green pants on him. How do I vests?
Nice.
And I know that Axton's skin gives him like he looks like the dealer at a poker game.
So he's got like the
paisley-looking vest and the white armbands and the white shirt. Yes.
Does he have a bowler hat?
No. I can't remember what his hat was. Oh, his is a cowboy hat and a big beard.
Nice.
So he looks kind of like the gambler.
All right.
He knows when to hold him and he knows when to fold him. Dude, I would totally put that on my character in Borderlands.
Yes.
But yeah, we got once we got the I think the first ones that dropped were the Necromancer ones, and I think we saw the Necromancer head another like 6 times.
Yeah.
It was the game really, 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 really wanted us to be sure that we had the Necromancer stuff. And the last thing it dropped was the Zero stuff. So I think we all up. I think we were there like doing that farming run for maybe an hour. But they're all. I mean, they're more like funny skins. Not like super badass. The one that I know, the Necromancer skin, she has fishnets on. I know that.
Isn't she a little kid?
No, it's like a skirt and fishnets and like a bonnet that she's wearing.
A bonnet?
Yeah. Interesting. And I know that Maya's skin actually looks like I think she's supposed to be like a prostitute. So she's got like super like big curls and stuff, like chin length hair, but she's got like a it's like a Little Red Riding Hood, yeah. But it's like she's got like a corset with like the blouse, like the peasant blouse underneath it, and then it looks like she has like a skirt on that's been tied to her legs and turned into pants because her character model is in pants.
Yeah.
So, right. So there, like I said, I mean they're all kind of fun ones. It's pretty decent.
Nice.
Plus, I think they've added. I think another round of purchasable skins for each character. And I think they said that they were releasing more for Krieg more quickly because he was the newest character, so he was behind on the number of character mods that they had. It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. I mean, they haven't stopped delivering on the things that like we get excited about. I mean, I remember when they first announced that the game was going to have character customizations like that, and and the main concern was, oh shit, man, I really hope that there's cool ones in there, and they've really delivered. I mean, I think there's a pretty wide range, and I also finally got the chance to go through all of the heads that I got from the shift codes from Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep or whatever.
Yeah.
So those are pretty great too.
Cool.
I know that the Krieg one, he's got like a helmet, like a knight's helmet with big horns on it. I think that Axton's is like a knight helmet as well, with like glowing blue eyes in it or whatever. It's all pretty decent stuff. The new Cage one, she has the headphone. Okay, sweet, good to know. Headphones. But yeah, we played a bunch yesterday. I finished playthrough 1 with Krieg at level 33, I think.
Yeah, it's standard.
And
32,
and then
something
because Gemma was playing her Necromancer, that's like 55. We just stayed at the Warrior for a little while and
farmed some shit.
I think I was at
gear.
like 30. I think when we finished, and we got it up to like 30 or 35.
Yeah, you guys pretty good experience.
Yeah, it dropped shit for gear though.
Well, right.
Maybe
you're
like
on playthrough 1. Bro.
Yeah, like but nothing. I was hoping for some decent stuff at my level, and maybe for each round of farming it, I think we got maybe 4 or 5, like 4 or 5 purples, and then a bunch of blues. I think in all the times we killed him, I think I got 1 orange out of it. But when we were,
Gemma says no orange.
we got that 1 orange. There was 1 early, and it was a shitty orange. No, it was that fucking awesome grenade mod that I got. The orange grenade mod. It's a, what is it, like it's a leech.
Transfusion?
It's a transfusion. It's got like 3 or 4 different things on it that like, it's a seeker that sticks to him and like does caustic damage and it does health leech on him. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, Knuckle Dragger dropped
that pistol.
That stupid pistol. I've never seen that pistol before. It dropped at a level 1 and a level 3 of that pistol. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, homing lobbed sticky caustic grenade. Yeah. Thingy, yeah. Vampire leech thing.
Right.
But vampires.
They're totally awesome.
I love vampires. Dexter likes vampires. Frankie's more of a werewolf kind of fan, though.
Oh.
She's Team Jacob. I think. He's the werewolf, right?
I think, whatever. Whatever. Can't believe you brought that shit up on the show.
He's Team? Yeah, who fucking whatever.
Alright, so what else? What else have you been doing?
Well, I'm still playing Remember Me.
Are you?
Yeah.
Right.
Which, I'm still enjoying it. I do feel like the combat is really like monotonous and repetitive.
Right. You use the same combo until you need some health, and you use one other combo.
Yeah.
And then
but I'm still enjoying it.
Later, when you're gonna unlock a thing that raises that bar that you use to use special shit.
Oh, okay.
So you'll have 3 different combos. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's good. I'll finish it. I don't. It would be a lot cooler if the combat wasn't so monotonous.
Right.
The story is pretty good and it's enjoyable. It feels Blade Runner-ish. I really like when like beat the crap out of somebody and fucking totally like wipe their memory, fuck their shit up, suck all their shit out of their head. With a nice Chianti and fava beans, bro.
Right.
Yeah, like Ray Liotta. Just eat the brain right out of him.
Make him eat it.
Yeah. And he says it tastes good. Oh man, that's good. What is that? Good times.
Anything else?
Good times.
This is gonna be a short ass show.
No, I'm waiting. Right. I was, you have nothing else. You have nothing that you want to talk about?
I mean, I could talk about Final Fantasy XIV, but I'm sure you're tired of hearing it by now.
Look, I'm going to ask you questions.
All right, go.
And you are going to not give me, like, an essay. You're just going to tell me about what I want to know. So tell me about the Demon Wall.
Dude, the Demon Wall is a piece of shit.
Now, the Demon Wall has always been a piece of shit.
Right.
The Demon Wall first appeared in the subterranean,
It's right before Kane leaves you.
Yeah, what is that area? It's like
some fucking cave. I don't know.
It's underground. No, I'm talking about like what's that map area? It's the subterranean.
Oh, where the dwarves are?
Yeah.
No, it's before that, isn't it?
No, it's in there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Kane...
I recently played.
Maybe I just turned my phone down. No, because Kane kicks your shit before you even get to that cave.
Yeah, and then he comes back to you, and then he leaves. No, I just played not that long ago.
All right. You haven't played it in a couple of years.
But you're about to leave. You go in. You get the last crystal.
And on your way out,
as you walk out of that last room, the Demon Wall attacks you.
Yes.
And the demon wall, if in my memory, is the first boss battle that was like you had a time limit. That wasn't a time limit so much as like there wasn't like a timer on the screen.
Right. It was just it getting closer to you.
Every like round or whatever, it would shift closer to you, and once it got to you, it would smash you.
Yes.
And kill you.
Like it would do damage each turn until everybody was dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the way the demon wall is in this one. It's like a.
It's a wall.
Well, it's a wall, but the arena is just like a bridge, kind of, and on the sides you can fall. If you fall off, you die.
Oh, that's how the demon wall was in 12. There were 2 demon walls in that shrine.
Yeah, it's just like that, and it does these like I'm gonna call them AOE's, but
it does sound like a great club.
It has these lines across the bridge.
Let's open a nightclub and call it Demon Wall.
You wanna?
Yeah, and if people
Let's kickstart it.
Like when people are there too late at night, they die.
Push them out.
They die.
All right, so on this bridge that you're fighting on, it has these like these areas on the ground that you have to move off of, or you'll take continuous damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it does like down the middle, so you have to be on the sides, and then right after that you have to go into the middle while you're fighting it, and then after a certain amount of times it changes. It uses a thing called repel, where it pushes you back, and then it moves up.
Okay.
And after a couple times it does that, it puts some of that shit that you're not supposed to stand in behind you.
Okay.
So as it keeps pushing up, if you don't kill it fast enough, you end up having to fight it while standing in this shit, and it's like impossible.
Right.
That shit kills you. It looks kind of like the demon wall in 4, I guess. It's a wall, and it's got like half a demon hanging out with arms and a face.
Okay. The demon walls in 12 were more like
wasn't it just like
statues
spikes?
on a wall.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a really cool boss. It's just
like big insect like statues.
If you don't have dudes in your party that can deal a shit ton of damage, you can't get past it. So sometimes it's very annoying because you don't have dudes that can deal enough damage.
Right. I hate it when that happens.
But it's fun as fuck. I mean, that whole dungeon has a lot of fan service in it from earlier Final Fantasy.
Is Ultros in the game at all?
I saw something about it, but I don't think he's in there yet. They're putting in a lot of. Remember I told you about the Fates, which is just like something that shows up on the map and everybody can run over there and do it. A lot of the bosses in Fates are enemies from classic Final Fantasy games.
Man, he's gonna tentacle the shit out of you.
Right.
It's gonna be like, flap, and you're gonna die.
And then you knock off one of his tentacles.
No, that's the other one. That's the one in
4.
That wasn't Ultros though.
Oh, which one was Ultros?
The purple one that you kept having to fight in 6.
Oh, on the raft?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Because then you like flap that and tentacles like all your guys.
Yeah.
And if you
Bannon's like right,
it
sucks.
If you hadn't been just using Bannon's heal every round, you die. Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about a lot of different things, and Ultros is one of them, so that's pretty cool.
Is Mr. Chupan in there?
No.
You know, he's the dude that Ultros hangs out with later. Yeah. Well, that's cool. So,
but Behemoth is one of
the Behemoth.
The Behemoth is one of the big
his great monster truck.
That
the Behemoth.
Yes. The Behemoth is one of the big fates that everybody's is really actively searching out, and it only spawns every
How about
couple
Bahamut?
days or so. Bahamut's actually before the game was a Realm Reborn. They, back in 1.0 or whatever, when they closed up the storyline, Bahamut actually came down from the moon. The moon was
from the moon.
The moon was falling.
He came down from the moon
in the serious moonlight. The moon fell to the planet, and Bahamut broke out of it and just wrecked the entire planet.
Like the moon was an egg.
Yes,
a Bahamut egg.
And so Bahamut's in the game, but it's it's an end game dungeon that I haven't gotten to yet.
Would you say that Bahamut is sort of like Zeromus? He's like an ancient evil that lives inside the moon?
Yeah, except we know who he is before the end of the game.
Oh, okay. All right.
But so there's two like really big fates that are really tough, and they take like 100. I don't know, a shit ton of fucking dudes, and
That's a lot.
It's Behemoth and Odin, and I have not. I mean, people obviously kill these things, but I fought Odin a couple times, and every single time we get him down to like the last little bit, and he does it Zantetsuken countdown, and we all die.
Death sucks.
Yeah. In any case, next question.
So is there Neo Bahamut?
Probably
Bahamut Zero?
we would have to go to the moon for that.
Jeff Bahamut?
Jeff Bahamut. His name is just Jeff. He's like, call me Jeff. While he's counting down.
Yeah.
I think the game really needs float.
Fuck yeah.
But it doesn't have float.
Man, I haven't...
Like, fighting Titan with float would be the shit.
When was the last time that they used float? Was that in...
4?
No, it was in 6 too.
No, are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It
I'll
was.
fight you.
You'll lose because it's in 6.
No, I just meant I'll fight you.
Oh, I think it might be even in 7. It's in 8 because you can get it as you can farm it as you can draw it.
Oh, all right.
I don't think it was... Jesus Christ. Maybe it's in all of them.
No, it's not in all of them.
It's not in 12, I don't think. But I think it's in 9. Maybe not. Maybe 10 was when it stopped being a usable spell.
Maybe. In any case, next question. Or did you not think this out and you don't have any more questions?
What are you talking about? I always is there an opera house?
No.
Is there an arena where you can go and bet a certain sword, and then you have to fight Shadow, and then you get him back in your party?
Not yet. There's going to be an arena.
Is Shadow in the game?
No. The only character from a previous Final Fantasy...
Is Interceptor in the game?
No. The only character
How about Locke?
No. Look, Lightning's going to be in the fucking game. But it's only because she has a reason. Remember, she can do that time dimension thing. So that's why they haven't put any other characters in the game. Except for Biggs and Wedge.
They're totally is there a Brontosaurus that sneezes you out of the fight?
Man, I hope they put one in.
Tyrannosauruses and Brontosauruses.
Yeah.
Especially because Brontosauruses don't exist, never existed. In fact, and science has known since like the 20s that the Brontosaurus was not a real dinosaur. It was like 2 dinosaurs bones mixed
Sid
together.
is in the game and in fact plays a giant role in the story.
Really?
Yes. And he has the Enterprise, his airship.
Is his name Sid Alphys?
No.
Does he have a son
No,
named Belthier?
No, but that'd be fucking badass.
If he were the hero of the story. He's always the hero of the story.
Actually, funny thing about Sid,
The leading man.
He looks stupid.
Well, doesn't
He has
usually?
he has like feathered hair.
Dude, I'm into it.
And then they show him as a kid, and he looks like a little girl. So, like, I see people shouting, like, because Shout's the zone-wide chat, how anytime somebody's like, why doesn't Sid do this? And somebody will be like, because he looked like a little girl when he was a kid. It's like, this shit cracks me up.
Tell me about the Moogles.
There are Moogles, yes.
What kind of Moogles do they look like?
The classic fucking Moogle. Yes.
Like Mog?
Yes.
The fast-talking, street smart, fat, slam-dancing Moogle?
Yes. Mostly Moogles are the mail system, but they show up in the stories as well.
Only they should let you play as a Moogle.
Only your character and select NPCs can see them, though.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See that?
Of course, there's Chocobos. Come on now.
See this? This guy's totally with me. Can you play one? It would be amazing if you could make a Moogle.
See, he's actually wrong because they could never only say Kupo. They always put Kupo at the end of their sentence.
In 6, the only one that talked was Mog.
Right,
the rest of them
that's
all
the
said,
only one.
They all said just Kupo.
Right. There were Moogles in 11 as well as like what you used to store your gear.
I'm trying to think. I think they may not have, I don't think they talked in 4 either.
Are you sure?
Well,
maybe not.
In a classic way.
Regardless, since 11, they always just put Kupo at the end of their sentence.
Dicks.
But you know, they're the little white dudes with the tiny wings and the angler thing.
Is there chocobo breeding?
Not yet, but they're talking about it. They're talking about putting it in.
Bastards. How about Knights of the Round?
No, and that's stupid, and I don't want you to ever talk about it again. It's from
What
7.
about Ultima?
Ultima is actually in it at the end of the storyline.
Like as a spell?
It's a spoiler, and I'm not going to talk about it.
No, is there an Ultima spell?
You can't use
That goes...
John, seriously, I should show you the cutscene where the dude uses Ultima because it's badass.
Is it like when Telly uses Merton?
There's Meteor.
No, Medio, I mean.
Medio.
Uses Medio.
Yeah, Merton's from 6, and that's stupid.
Yeah.
Don't use Merton.
Doesn't it damage you and
It damages everybody, yeah.
And it doesn't do enough damage to be worth it.
And,
Risk versus reward.
And the problem with Merton is most enemies have like 10 times as much health as you.
Yeah.
So when you use Merton, it'll kill all your dudes, and they'll still be like, oh, I'm gonna.
Good job.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah. It's all about
they're also talking about putting chocobo racing in. Yes.
Don't you do chocobo racing recreationally right now, though?
We were, as events, we just throw it together, yeah. But I don't use a chocobo anymore. I use my sweet-ass Magitech mount.
Is it as fast as
And I also have a unicorn.
You have a unicorn?
Yeah. It's a white mage thing. If you level up a white mage to 30, you can do a quest to get a unicorn.
Is it made of diamond?
And what's funny about... No, that's a stallion, bro. What's funny about the unicorn
is it's a unicorn that's made of diamonds. He just names it Buzz Stallion.
On Reddit, there was a picture of some rocky outcropping, and at the top was a dude sitting on his unicorn, and they had the Erasure song lyrics under it. The "Always I Want to Be with You."
Yeah, that's because of what's the game? Unicorn Attack. Yeah. You know about that?
Oh, for the Adult Swim thing?
No, it was it was like a mobile game.
Yeah, from Adult Swim.
Is it Adult Swim?
Yeah,
okay,
so.
yeah, Unicorn Attack or whatever. Yeah, it just played that song on loop the whole time you played the game.
No, I'm pretty sure they're not going to make a movie of Final Fantasy XIV. Because Spirits Within was so lucrative for that.
I don't know, man. She's laughing at me because I said mobile, not mobile.
But it's mobile. It's a mobile phone.
It is.
If you're moving around, you're mobile.
It's not a mobile. This is Das Handy. Yeah, Advent Children was pretty good actually.
It was alright. I mean, it was cool, I suppose. They could have found better source material for it, but yeah.
There wasn't enough Vincent Valentine in it.
Right.
They should have just made a movie about Vincent Valentine.
They made a game.
But not in the way that they made that
a game. It wasn't good. You got anything else, man? We have 15 more minutes. We don't have a top 5, so we better talk about some shit.
No, I do actually.
Do you?
So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so after being mad about this for months, I decided that it was time to spend some time in my room flailing my arms.
Flailing one arm anyway.
No, flailing my arm and swearing at the
flailing your baby arm.
and swearing at the TV as I play Skyward Sword, which
all right. So you're like,
I'm like,
take this, bitch.
Yeah, it's just like that. Wow. Your mom.
Nice. Well played.
So yeah, I picked up where I had left off after the last time that I had dedicated myself to playing Skyward Sword, which is 45 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
And found myself on my way. Ooh.
Roy Foker's where it's at.
I'm totally into it. Yeah, Roy Foker's the guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suppose your dad would have been a better answer. But, I hadn't even gotten to the first temple.
Right.
I was running around the woods, trying to find Kikiwikis or whatever the fuck they're called. They look like pears, giant furry pears with little legs. Because they didn't have enough stupid-looking fictional fucking races in the Zelda continuity. They needed to add a
Speaking
couple more.
of, you know the in Ocarina of Time, the big rock dudes?
Gorons.
Yeah. Titan in Final Fantasy XIV looks exactly like
He's
a
a
Goron.
Goron.
So when I first got into the fight and I was watching the cutscene, I was streaming it, and some people were in there, and I was like, "Holy shit! It's one of those guys from Zelda. He's going to teach me how to use bombs."
It's pretty good. Yeah. Those guys, they've looked that way since then.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things that are okay about it. Like, I'm getting pretty decent. I have to like sit at try to not fall asleep and sit there with the yes, Ocarina of Time is a fucking awesome.
One of the best.
Awesome. I mean, it's no Link to the Past.
It's no Link to the Past, but
which is getting a sequel soon, and I am fucking stoked about that.
Yeah.
No, I try not to fall asleep, and you have to have the nunchuck hooked up because you have to like use the fucking joystick side to move around, and you like yank it up to like equip your shield and block.
Right.
Why is she OMGing me?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Even though you win all the time, that's because you cheat. But there's, I think that the responsiveness. I'm gonna see if maybe there's something wrong with the way I have my Wii set up. But the response on the controller for like, it's so frustrating. It's like you get to those plants. What are they called? You know, the ones that they look like the Audrey 2s.
The what's?
From Little Shop of Horrors.
I don't fucking dude.
Okay, well now with the hey, you got to swing your arm around like a fucking spaz when you're playing the game. Now they do things like every enemy blocks horizontal or vertical, and they switch between them.
Right.
And you have to attack.
Like if they're
the
blocking
opposite
horizontal,
of what they're, So these big like plants come up, and now like I got to a plant that I could not kill. I don't piranha
like
plants, whatever it is.
A random ass enemy plant.
Yeah, because it kept switching like vertical and horizontal, and I couldn't get the damn sword to actually go the right direction ever.
Nice.
Thing knocked me off a ledge. I had to redo like a whole like platforming section to get back up to it, and that when I got up to it, I was like, "Fuck you!" and I walked right past it, ran right past it, and went and kept doing my shit.
Nice.
But I mean, you're in here playing with your you're playing Final Fantasy with your headphones on, so you probably didn't hear me in there like swearing my ass off at the TV. It's just I don't think that that Zelda ever. I understand. Like, look, you want it to be an immersive experience, but I don't think that Zelda ever needed to have real sword motion control. Maybe I should.
Either that, or it should be super realistic, where you actually have to, like, when he does a spin attack, you have to spin around.
That'd be pretty good.
And jump and stuff.
I was gonna see if I could get a sword that I could put the Wiimote into. Wii sword. Yeah. Well, they just want to throw this
riveting content, right?
Yeah, well,
shopping.
Hey.
Dude, does that have a shield too? For the nunchuck?
Oh, that's just a sword. It's just a replica of the Zelda sword.
That'd be fucking sweet.
But yeah, I think that because of the fact that they integrated this motion control into the playability of the game, they've taken away from their ability to create like complex dungeons and interesting settings, and it ended up being more cartoony again. Like I think that because they needed to like I think they felt like they needed to shoehorn in gimmicky stuff that would incorporate using the motion control. So all of the puzzles become puzzles that are like, hey, swing your sword horizontally, and then vertically, and then they, as if it wasn't annoying enough to have to.
So you walk up to a thing on a wall and you have to hit it horizontally.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes, but as if it wasn't annoying enough for Wind Waker to be all like, hey, let's sail a boat, and we'll do it in real time, and it's gonna be amazing. I didn't want to spend hours at a time like just staring at a boat like in the ocean, like
your screen is just blue and then a lighter shade of blue and then your boat.
Yeah, and then look, there's an island over there that maybe in 20 minutes or so I'll get to.
Yeah.
They did basically the same thing, but in the sky. You have to fly a stupid bird, and you can't just go in. You have to like dive to build up momentum and then come back up, and then there's stupid like tornadoes that push you down or whatever. So you can't even like, and you have to like go to the map to figure out where to go, and then it doesn't really give you an objective marker when you're actually like in the air flying to get to things. There's no mini map.
There's no mini map.
Yeah, so you have to like look at the map and go back, be like, yeah, all right, I was facing the right way. So then you keep flying, and then it's like, oh, I'm too low, and then like there's the island I got to get to, but it's way the fuck up there, and I can't boost to get up there because I keep running out of energy, and I can't dive and then get up there because I run into the bottom of the island, or it's infuriating. Like whoever the fuck came up with this needs to get walked outside and slapped in the face.
They can't just slap him where he's sitting.
No.
They have to walk
you,
a shame.
You
outside.
asshole! Come here. Me? Yeah. Yes, you. Come here.
So that all of his peers
walk him out there and get him outside. You slap him in the face. What the fuck were you thinking? All right, word. Later, man.
Later, bro.
Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks, brah.
No, it's terrible. I understand that when they, like with Wind Waker, when they did the water, they were like, well, it'll be the size of Hyrule Field, but it's all filled with water. Mm. That's great. Wow. Great idea. Sounds great. Awesome. Whatever. It was annoying that way. It's annoying as fucking having to fly around. Just give me a world map and let me run to where I need to go.
Right.
Because at least if I'm running to where I need to go, I can fuck around and like do consecutive rolls or right. knock shit out of trees.
Or just jump over and over.
Yeah. There's always like little bullshit you can do in a Zelda game to just entertain yourself while you're running between locations or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like because of the motion control, it's either the game's going to get like prohibitively difficult because you can't get shit to fucking react properly, or it's going to stay blandly samey through the whole thing.
Right. I
don't know. I'm going to try, but it's just like when I tried to, and I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to talk about it on the show, but it's when I tried to, like when I've tried to play Metroid Other M.
I'm afraid to even try it.
And they do things like, oh, you want to use missiles? Here's how you do it. Yeah. Take your controller and point it at the screen. And then you'll go into first-person mode where you are standing still and you point at things. Why the fuck would you stand still to fire? If you need missiles, why would you stand still? If you need missiles, clearly something is trying to kill you.
Yeah. John, I just want you to know that because of these two topics we've talked about, if the audio is fucked up, I can just use the last episode that happened on.
I know. Now, I haven't gotten any fishing yet. I hope that the fishing's actually really cool because
it was on our minigame.
It is one of the things. It is one of those few things that I would actually enjoy motion control for. I actually, when I decided I was going to play Skyward Sword to be able to talk about it, I also grabbed the Tiger Woods golf game that Joe gave me.
Yeah.
And Joe from Hearts gave me. And I think that we should probably play a round of golf so we can review it next week. But because he said it's really good. But there's certain things that I enjoy motion control for, but not for swinging a sword, not for blocking with a shield. Like, dude, just give me a controller and let me fucking focus on the story being kick-ass and and just where's my goddamn hook shot?
Right. There's no hook shot?
I don't know. I think there is, but
So you said you have a top 5.
Oh, I did? No, I didn't.
I said we don't have a top 5, and you were like, I do.
No, I didn't say that.
All right, let's come up with a top 5.
Let's do a fun one. Hey,
They're all fun.
people that are still in the chat, what kind of top 5 do you want us to do? So
Man, they're gonna come up with dumb shit. This is not even game related.
Gemma's in there. Maybe Gemma can give us a top 5 to do. Hook shot from the 3.0. That's all. Like, I can't do a chain noise. I'm sorry.
Cool.
Yeah. No, it's
That's
not
not-
gonna work. That's a machine gun noise.
That's like me trying to say the Shire Juice word. It just doesn't happen. Like my brain just doesn't let me even try. Best reasons to play stuff? There's only really one reason to play stuff.
because it's awesome.
Because it's awesome.
Well, one because things are awesome. Top 5 reasons to play stuff. 1 because it's awesome.
All right.
Because look, what's
Because,
up?
2, because
Well, hold
maybe
on.
your friends are playing
awesome
it.
things, like why do you play Fallout New Vegas? Like Josh is playing New Vegas.
Because it's awesome.
Because it's fucking awesome. He's gonna hook you up with all the DLC. By the way, his friend's got the Game of the Year edition. It's got the DLC disc, and you can install it. Then.
Sweet action.
Krieg quotes.
We've already started. We wanted to save
Yeah.
that one. Because your friends are playing.
Because your friend is playing.
And you want to
How
play,
many?
you know.
I guess it hasn't happened as much recently, but
What are you trying to say?
that there's not as many people playing the same thing like at the same time and
true.
stuff. Like it used to be that there were times that I'd turn on my Xbox and they'd be like, "Oh, bro, James is playing Modern Warfare 2," and I'd throw that shit in and I'd play. Even if I had turned on my Xbox with the intention of playing, like,
You know that's going to
Something
happen on Tuesday.
what's on Tuesday?
When I fire up my Xbox and my entire list is playing Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's got 100 co-op missions.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That would be a reason to play
Fantasy,
Payday.
yeah, fantasy fulfillment in general is absolutely a reason to play stuff. You get,
Especially when you're playing Leisure Suit Larry.
you get to kill you get to fucking, you get to cook fools.
Man, I will cook you so hard.
You get to cook some fools. You get to rob banks. You get to blow shit up. You get to go into space. You get to bang the blue alien if you're playing Mass Effect. All of these are things. You get to bang Tally if you're playing Mass Effect 3.
So yeah, to do things that you normally couldn't do.
What? I was just thinking about banging Tally. Yeah, fantasy fulfillment for sure. So okay, awesome. Friends are doing it. Fantasy fulfillment. Ooh, I got one. Because you look cool while you're doing it, and everyone wants to look cool.
Yeah, because Epic
Gamer score. For gamer score. You do,
E-penis, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
Because it
why not?
encompasses.
In this day and age, I'm at my new job, like I meet a lot of these like high school kids that are working like part time as cooks or dishwashers or whatever, and one of the if we start talking video games, one of the first things I ask them is I'm like, oh, you PlayStation or Xbox, and they're like, oh, Xbox. I'm like, gamer score? I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's like 7,000. I'm like, 7.
Sit down.
I'm like, they're like, well, why? What's yours? I'm like, 43 or 44,000, something like that. And they're like, oh man, that's a lot. I'm like, you think that's a lot? And I take out my phone and I open up Smart Glass. And I'm like, and this is my roommate. And they're like, yeah, he's got no life.
Kind of a big deal.
Jesus. And the number one reason to play stuff is because you got nothing better to do. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I
Killing time.
Yeah. Look, games are fun, and this is a thing that I've been saying for years. When we would play Call of Duty and people would get all bent out of shape about like whatever, some friends of ours would get overly upset about things.
Also Battlefield.
Yeah. And I've always said that the whole point is that you're playing it to have fun. You may be serious about it, and you may be competitive about it, but at the end of the day, it is to have fun. And if you are getting so upset that you're screaming and swearing and smashing things and throwing controllers and whatever,
you're obviously not having.
You're not having fun anymore. You're not having fun. You shouldn't be playing the. At that point, you need to turn your console. Yeah, the first one.
That was the first one.
That was the first one. Yeah, gaming is awesome. Number one. You need to turn your console off and talk to a therapist, because clearly you have lost your ability to find joy in things.
This is getting too deep for me, bro. This conversation is just getting way too deep.
Therapy.
Say dicks or something.
You just did.
Yeah, but
sucker. But that there's a bullshit top 5. That's fine. Whatever. But so I suppose before we close up shop here, let's talk about some things that we could do. I mean, because I feel like we're sort of in a mire. We're going into.
We still have open projects.
Yeah, but I mean,
like does it suck?
It sucks. I think that David, are you going to be renting Madden?
I'm going to rent us Madden so that we can play it. Yes.
Was it Madden 13 or something?
I don't fucking know. I'm just going to rent a random one. Maybe it'll be an older one.
Are we going to get a franchise? Are we going to make our own franchise?
My team will be Jorge and the Raffle Cats.
Jorge and the Raffle Cats, and mine will be Johnny Fishbane and the Dead Fish.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean, I really, we're getting into that time of year now where a lot of games are going to be coming out, but it's a little bit weird this year.
I can't fucking wait either.
Because
they're all going to be on new consoles.
Well, no, they're all getting old console releases.
I don't care. Though that as soon as the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 come out and I buy them, the earlier ones will be dead to me. Not reverse compatible. Don't care. As a matter of fact, I might trade in everything I've got.
No, you will not.
Yes, I will. And you know why? Because almost everything I have, you have as well.
Right, but you're going to have to still keep the stuff that we need to play together.
We're not going to play anything together, because if you don't get an Xbox One, I'm going to leave you in the fucking dust.
Right.
What do we even play together now?
Battlefield?
We don't.
Well, we do something.
You have it on PC. We don't need it on Xbox anymore. This fucking guy, finally.
Colonial Marines?
I'm going to get rid of that fucking thing.
Why bother? You're not going to get any money for it. You may as well just keep it.
Everything. I'm just going to stack. Here you go. Might even give him my Xbox.
You're not going to do that.
I want to.
I know you want to, but you're not going to do that.
But
because
I have shit downloaded on my Xbox.
You know why you won't do that, though?
Why?
Because because most of the people that you play Xbox with won't be able to afford a fucking Xbox One at launch.
Really? Because the only person that I've been playing with lately is James.
Oh, and he's going to get one.
He has one. He's getting one.
That's I'm playing my Xbox. It's not my fault. You just playing Final Fantasy.
It's so good.
We're gonna finish Gears 3.
Look, here's stuff over here. That's the Facebook VirtualBromance, or Facebook.com/VirtualBromance, YouTube.com/VirtualBromance, @VirtualBromance on Twitter. And I can't seem to get my finger in the right spot here. The last link there is the link to AmPsych, which we are a part of. Is the aforementioned greatest band.
Yes, it also involves 2 birthdays on the 16th, which
in about an hour. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna probably play some Skyward Sword, swear at the TV a little bit, and then go to bed and wake up at 7 in the morning. And
I might actually shock you with this, John.
What is it?
I like how you looked down that way before I said.
I was looking at your phone.
When we're done here, I'm going to play some Final Fantasy XIV.
Jesus Christ, why are you even telling me?
In any case, thanks for watching, guys. Shortest show ever. Later. Word!